Good afternoon, everyone. I'm just following on from my previous video about fractions. So today I'm talking about adding fractions and how we can do that and how we can create knowledge and understanding so that fractions can be a bit more simple. And many people don't realize, but they are essential to understand, especially for higher level maths. So children learn fractions in primary school, but what I found is that some of my students in secondary school still do not understand basic fractions like halves and quarters, and they don't know how to add them. And that creates a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. So we're trying to minimize the amount of stress and anxiety in teenagers. And so hopefully this will go a little way to helping. Okay, so the first question that I have, so I'm using a secondary school maths book, is to add 7 over 12 plus 5 over 8. Now, what you would do is you have to find a number that 12 and 8 will go into. So they're both the numbers on the bottom of the fraction, so called the denominator. Now, what you frequently find in maths is there's a lot of big confusing words. So I will do another video explaining how you can master these big words to create certainty, because without certainty, it's very hard to understand and very hard to work with these words. So I will repeat the question again. It's 7 over 12 plus 5 over 8. So what number can 12 and 8 both go into? Because to add fractions, the bottom number has to be the same. So there isn't any way to add them when both numbers are different. So you have to find a number that they will both divide into evenly. So the number that I've found is 24, because 12 can be divided into 24. So there's 2 12s and 24. 8 can also be divided into 24. So starting with the first number, 12 goes into 24, it goes twice. Now I've multiplied the bottom of that fraction by 2, so therefore I have to multiply the top of the fraction by 2, which is 7, which gives me 14. Now our next fraction that we want to add to that is 5 over 8. So first of all, we'd see how many times do I need to multiply the 8 to get to 24? And the answer to that is 3. So therefore, I have to multiply the top of my fraction by 3 also. So 5 3s are 15. So I'm left with 14 plus 15 over 24. 14 plus 15 equals 29 over 24, which is equal to 1 and 5 over 24. Now I'll do some notes to go with this video. So if anybody needs the notes, please feel free to contact me. So the next question that we're going to do is 2 over 7 plus 1 over 6. Now, the number that I found that they both can divide into is 42. So 7 goes into 42 6 times. I've multiplied the bottom of my fraction by 7. So therefore, I have to multiply the top by 6. Sorry, apologies. I multiplied the bottom by 6. So 6 2s are 12. Now, 6 into 42, to get 42, I have to multiply the 6 by 7. Therefore, I need to multiply the top of the fraction by 7 as well. And that's 7 times 1, which is just 7. So 12 plus 7 over 42 equals 19 over 42. And the last fraction that we are going to do today is 7 over 9 plus 5 over 6. So again, we need to find a number that both 9 and 6, which are at the bottom of the fraction, will divide into. So the number that I have used is 18, because 9 will go into 18. It will go 3 times. 6 will divide evenly into 18 3 times. So on top of the 9, at the moment, I have 7 over 9. So I'm going to multiply my 7 by 2, which will give me 14. We're adding to that 5 over 6. So we multiplied the 6 by 3 to get 18. So we're going to multiply the 5 by 3 to get 15. So 14 plus 15 equals 29 over 18. Now, 29 is bigger than 18, so they call that a top-heavy fraction. So we want to see how many whole numbers or wholes can we make out of 29 over 18? And the answer is 1 and 11 over 18. Now, how did I get that? I got that by deducting 18 from 29, which gave me 1 whole, and what was left over was 11. So I hope you found that helpful. I will talk to you again later, when I will be explaining a little bit more about fractions, and how you might successfully negotiate the world of fractions, or the topic of fractions, which I know so many people dislike. Thanks for listening, and if you want the notes, don't forget to get in touch. Thank you. Bye-bye.